All right, it was a surprise announcement, and I don't think we've quite recovered from the announcement of a Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. I'm being very careful when I'm saying it now because I put that into my own head. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, thank you.
So, yeah, what do you think the reaction's been?
It's been actually incredible. I think everyone was surprised when we announced this game at E3, and I think revealing the zombie classes here at Gamescom has just shown people that there's more depth to this experience, and that we're kind of amping it up with each announcement and every asset we release related to the game.
Zombie classes, you have a wide range of character types to pick from the original Plants vs. Zombies. How do you decide what you're going to go with now?
So it really comes down to the types of roles that we want to have out on the battlefield. I think when we looked at the plant characters, those translated most naturally to the roles that they have in our game with the pea shooter, the sunflower chomper, and cactus. The zombies were a bit more of a challenge, so we need to figure out, well, what roles do we want to have, and then how do we create zombie characters around those that fit those roles and still kind of meet the requirements of being Plants vs. Zombies characters, in that they're funny, they're hilarious, they have a lot of charm, and just great accessibility and depth to their gameplay.
Okay. Any particular highlight, any particular favorite for yourself?
I personally like the engineer, both due to his apparel or lack thereof in various locations, and just the mix of abilities and the role he plays on the battlefield.
Let's sort of talk tactics then. On the battlefield, playing as a zombie classes, how do they all sort of balance each other out?
So all of their abilities have been designed to kind of work, together as a sort of fighting unit. So the one who kind of leads the charge is probably the soldier. The soldier is very much your kind of standard infantry class. He's the guy who's going to run around, do a lot of damage, kind of create a lot of havoc. But when you combine him with some of the other classes, like the scientist, for example, who's a healer, but he also has a really powerful short-range attack. He can warp in and take out zombies really quickly, but he also can drop healing stations around the battlefield for his zombie teammates. You combine those two classes, they're really powerful, but if you start to get the other classes involved, like the engineer, where he's got a lot of tactical abilities where he can throw stun grenades and incapacitate the plant team temporarily for his other teammates to come in. He also has his jackhammer ability. He can activate things like teleporters at strategic locations in the battlefield. So he's really critical to tactical gameplay. And then you throw the all-star in the mix, who is just a straight-up heavy damage dealer style character. A lot of fun to play, super humorous, shooting his football cannon all over the battlefield.
And does that sort of stack up with the plants as well? Because you're going to have that balance where both sides are on equal footing. So did you guys look at the zombies after you decided what plants you're going to go for, or was it almost like a more organic sort of creation between the two different sides?
We kind of designed it all in one go, and I think as we've tested and iterated on the concept, obviously we look at specific characters and go, is that guy fun? Is he really filling the role? And we continue to tune and tweak, and we're going to do that all the way up to the bitter end until we're done. It is something we sort of do together with the two factions. I think if we design them in isolation, we come up with probably a pretty imbalanced experience.
Boss mode.
Yes.
Talk to us about it.
So boss mode is one of the other big announcements here at Gamescom, and it's something that's going to be exclusive to Xbox One because our ability to leverage the Kinect and the smart glass technology that the Xbox brings. And basically, in a nutshell, it's sort of our version of Commander mode, but for Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. And where you're playing boss mode, you're going to have a top-down view of the battlefield. If you're using Kinect, you're just using simple motion controls and gestures to collect resources and deploy things on the battlefield to help your team. But if you have a smart glass-compatible device, you can get that same exact experience with a touch interface. The best way that we love to play it at the office is actually have one player that's in the battle using a controller, and then the player sitting next to them with smart glass, just helping them as the boss, and they're getting their team to victory.
Okay. Talking about the arc of the actual game itself, can you sort of touch upon, for want of a better term, a career mode, or how does it work? Yeah,
so we're definitely going to have a deep progression system and a lot of customization, which is another things we've been talking about here at Gamescom. I think every character is going to have kind of their own sort of level progression arc with challenges and rewards designed specifically for those classes. So players are really going to be able to specialize if they want to, but if they want to branch out and go, with every character and max them out, they're going to have a lot of fun and challenge and lengthen that gameplay.
Apart from getting some sleep, what have you guys got next to do?
We actually have to finish the game, so that's one of the things that the team is really focused on right now is getting all the features plowed into the game and brought up to a high level of polish and quality of what people expect from a PopCap game.
Listen, thank you very much indeed for talking to us.
You're very welcome.